Welcome in, friends. Okay, I am connected. Welcome in, everybody. Maybe I should move over a little so you guys can have my pretty background. Welcome in, everyone. I guess I should alert. There we go. How's everybody doing? Hello, Blue Rose. Thrifting for May. Hey, we're going head to head again. Thrifting for May. I'm excited. I'm excited. Hey, Barb, how are you doing? You guys, welcome in. Happy Monday. I just want to do my seller support. I know it's a little bit later, but I'm kind of like scrambling last minute for a few things today. So I know we're going to do great. I got to figure out, I know you did it last month. You guys, I got invited to Estate Sale Wars and I'm really excited. But the last time I did this type of style show, it was 30 minutes. So this one's an hour. So I really need to do a lot of prepping. I've been like literally looking. You guys, I just picked up some 1800s Bibles. I mean, they're kind of tattered and falling apart, but you guys, 1800s and they're gorgeous. And I'm so excited. So that's coming. I just picked those up. Hi, Wyatt. Hello, friends. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? You just got one too? Awesome. Yeah, I picked up two of them today, picking through a stash, and then I told him my honey hole place that I like to go shop at all the time. I told him, I'm like, you call me if you ever get a fairy lamp. He's like, I had one for 3 hours and it sold. And I was like, why didn't you call me? I would have bought it. I would have been up there in 10 minutes and bought it. But he didn't call me, so it'll be okay. The Bible will be in today's show. No, I'm not. I just picked them up like 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago. So I need to look through them and take pictures and all of that fun stuff. But I think it's going to be going into State Sale Wars. I may put one in another future show, one of my Tuesday shows. Um, I haven't decided yet. I just picked them up. I'm sourcing like a maniac, you guys. I'm doing Estate Sale Wars, and I gotta have like what 400 to 500 items to be able to run fast during an hour. So I'm like prepping and scrambling on top of no, I just hopped on Thrifty Gypsy. I barely hopped on. So you have not missed anything. I was originally supposed to go on at 3:15, but I was still shopping. I was still shopping and I had to pick up some stuff. You only need like 200 to 250 for the auction. Okay. 200 to 250. I was just already saying 400. Oh my word. It's still a lot. You guys, I just recently picked up a hand sewn quilt and a yo-yo like dresser scarf. And I'm like, do I put that in Estate Sale Wars? And kind of like 400 is crazy. You got to do 3 seconds sudden death. Hodge did it. I don't know. I'm just comparing. I'm just like, okay, if Hodge can do it, I need to prep for that. And I know I sold 186 items in Vintage Wars, and that was 30 minutes. So that's close. That's close. But yeah, I'm looking for smalls and stuff like that that I can put in the buy it now. No, thank you. I can barely do 2 hours. It's only an hour, Thrifty Gypsy. Just I'll text you. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. It's all right. It's all right. What you guys, a giveaway is running. It is for my trading card, my ThriftWorks trading card. And I thought today would be a great day to talk about giveaways. There is still sellers out there that still are not familiar with the information about giveaways. So I wanted to chat about it. And then you guys can spread the word to everybody else. No, not 24-hour. Hodge was in the Estate Sale Wars last month and she sold 400 some items. So that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. But this is the giveaway. So I want to do a little chat about the giveaway. So if you are a seller on here, you're not freaking out because there was a period of time everybody was like, I don't know what to do with giveaways. They're freaking me out because they changed the verbiage and yada, yada, yada. It's great to be worried about the terms of service. It's good that you're reading it. Nothing technically changed. You just have to remember basically what you have to do is if you say you're running a giveaway, like right now, all you have to do is give me a follow and you can enter the giveaway. Now, after the giveaway runs, you can unfollow me. You don't have to purchase a dang thing, but you have to document, which I forgot to do that on this one. Darn it. So don't do what I just did. But the giveaway, you have to say exactly what you're giving away and then its estimated value. But if you go in my bin, you can see its estimated value right there that I pinned at the bottom of the screen. So you can kind of see what they are typically running for. Mine is number 11 of the first run ever of the trading cards. And so I'm giving that away. So if you do a giveaway, let's say you're going to do a $5 Amazon gift card, you're going to enter in your giveaway and you just have to say that it is a $5 Amazon gift card and run it. Okay. Now, if you do a buyer's giveaway, which generally means buyers can enter into that giveaway unless they are a form filler, you have to send what you're saying the buyer's giveaway is to the seller. You can't just say, I'm going to give away, like some sellers are, I'm going to give away a PS4. And then they get a piece of paper that says PS4 on it sent to them in the mail instead of an actual PS4. Like you have to send exactly what you're showing and saying that you're going to be sending to your customers. Now, if it is a form filler that wins a buyer's giveaway, you still have to send it because that's against terms of service. So that's just the big hoo-ha. That's basically what it's been all along. It's just many sellers were not following the typical terms of service, that if you put up a giveaway, you have to tell, exactly what you're giving away and then estimated value, all of that stuff. So simple enough, everybody. So don't be scared to do giveaways. Mine's running for number 50 some seconds. So whoever's going to win that. And then I will sign it for you as well, which is, a bonus signed card. So anybody have questions about giveaways, please ask. Please ask. I want everybody to be updated and, spread the knowledge to everybody else that may have questions. And I also talk about this in my Facebook group, which I'm pinning at the bottom of the screen. If you guys see this pinned at the bottom of the screen, it is the Whatnot Vintage Community Brainstorm. In this Facebook group, I created a little over a year ago, and there's like 500 people in there now. You can ask questions. You can find some great information in there if you're having issues with something, don't know how to handle something like a difficult customer or shipping looks funky, what is going on, and you need help. You can post it in this group. There's so many other sellers in there, they can help you. All you have to do is post it. So if you want to join that group, all you have to do is answer the questions and you can get in there. Woman of Valor, congrats. You won that giveaway. Thank you so much for popping in. I know you said you're going to be stalking me. I like it. I like it. But you won that. Thank you. Thank you. You got fan mail basically coming to you. um, but I really love that Facebook group. I feel like it's very informative. And like if I see anything going on, like the first little chit chat about the terms of service was updated with the giveaways, and I found out about it. I went ahead and posted it in the group. I wanted to keep everybody updated. Now, I may not hear about everything right away. So, like, if you do, you can post it in the group if you don't see nothing listed, and we can keep each other updated of what is going on, and we can work through these complications together. Like, a bunch of us were like, okay, so this was updated, some words were changed. What actually changed? And that's what made a lot of us kind of freak out, but really nothing changed on giveaways, but it's like just a great resource just to go back to, and everyone can chat with each other. Please follow my mod Shooting from the Hip Vintage, and any other mods that I haven't seen enter the room. You guys, they're amazing sellers. Shooting from the Hip is chatting right there. She is very nice and kind. I will say I sent my Max shipping guide over to Shooting from the Hip, and they actually set up their show last night for the first time, and I'm pretty sure they were happy with how things turned out. I will hear later if they are truly happy, but I believe it helped them get their shipping handled because they were having issues with being charged too much. Now I'm trying to find where my guide is. Oh my gosh, it was in here. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to find it. And of course, Whatnot hides my stuff. Max shipping. It's not showing. Let me search shipping. Maybe it will show up. Oh my gosh. Do you guys see my shipping guide? Because I sure do not see it. It is literally hiding. Hold on. I can't see the chat. It should be coming up and it's not coming up at all. What the heck? Stop. Oh, it's doing that weird thing again where it's not going to load nothing. I gotta love that. Does anybody want the Mac shipping guide? I'm sorry, friends. Is it 000? It's legit not coming up. Let's try this again. 000. That's usually how I save it so I can find it, but it is legit not coming up. Has anybody else been having importing issues from other shows? Oh my word. I give up. There we go. I got it. Sorry, friends. Oh my gosh. I found it. Late to the conversation, but glad you caught the info on giveaways. You need the guide. It worked very well. Okay, shooting from the hip said it worked very well. I want to know if it saved them more money than typical with their seller support or with their shipping shows because they usually offer max shipping 921 and they weren't setting it up how I suggested on the max shipping guide. So I was hoping it would save them money in the long run because that's how I do my shows and I feel like it is beneficial. You're brand new and the shipping is freaking you out the first show this weekend. Curated cupboard. If you go into my buy it now, I have a shipping guide just talking about shipping. And then I have a max shipping guide. If it's your very first show, I would suggest maybe looking into the shipping guide and then message me your email address and I can send you a copy of that email so you can look at it quicker than getting it snail mail. And you can look it over and try to get a gist of how shipping works. But I would leave everything as a brand new seller. I would leave everything as default that Whatnot gives you. That would be priority 1 to 5 pounds. And then over 5 pounds, leave it as ground. Do not offer max shipping whenever you weigh your items. So let's say I'm going to ship this and it's heavy, it's pewter. It is very heavy. If I weigh this on the scale and it says it weighs 20 ounces, then I'm going to put it in at 1 to 2 pounds. Okay. I would put it in 1 to 2 pounds because that will cover box weight and shipping weight. Now, if I weigh this piece, it's okay. It's okay. This piece, let's say I would weigh this and it says it's 6 ounces. I would put it in as 12 to 15 ounces. So it would cover wrapping and box weight plus the weight of the item. That's how you have your first show set up. You weight everything, added ounces for packing. Yep. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Because I will tell you, the first time I did a show, I weighed everything and I put in the weight that the item actually weighed and not the box weight and packing material. So I was under. Okay. I was dumb. I was dumb. So if you're having your first show, make sure you're adding weight for the shipping, packaging materials that you are using just to cover yourself in shipping. Otherwise, it's going to cost you some money once you run out of adjustments. But that is the best. That is the best way when you're a brand new seller. You can't offer max shipping as a brand new seller until they open it up to you. I don't really know what their guidelines are on being able to do max shipping because that is relatively new and I've been on the app for a while. But once you unlock max shipping and you feel comfortable with shipping in general, then you can offer max shipping. But I don't recommend it at least until you're super comfortable with it or 6 months in. But shooting from the hip, I don't think she's 6 months in. They've been offering it already. And I'm like, you're crazy, but do you. But I personally wouldn't do it until you fully understand shipping. But my max shipping guide is very, very helpful if you want to offer max shipping of 921. You made a cheat sheet of your box weight filled with paper bubble. Oh, well, that's good size, like a priority boxes. That's actually clever. I have never done that because generally, uh, all kinds of items go in those boxes, so I generally do not weigh them. Hi, Patrick. Hi. I guess I should mod you, huh? Patrick is my boyfriend, guys. Um, I've never done that, but that's actually genius. The only ones you wouldn't have to weigh is the medium flat rate boxes, large flat rate boxes. Those you wouldn't actually have to weigh. But if you have common ones that you use all the time, then yeah, that would probably help you a little bit. You're like, for the size of this item, it would need to go in this box. So you can automatically add it on. So you're not guesstimating so much. But yes, that is actually genius. Very, very smart. I've never done that. Once you have been on the app for quite some time, you can generally pick up something and kind of fill at the entrance. Oh, gotcha. You can generally like pick up something and be like, okay, this is going to be 1 to 2 pounds, and you could put it in and run it as that, because generally that's how I run stuff now. I can kind of look at it and have an idea. Sometimes it costs me money because I underweigh it, or there's a reason why I underweigh it instead of offering max shipping, but it usually balances out all in the end. But my shipping guides are at the bottom, or they're in the buy it now if anyone is interested in those. But again, no pressure. I just created them. I created the shipping guide basically for Patrick, for him to understand shipping. And then I was like, well, other people are going to need that. And I do a lot of chat shows. So I'm like, why not make it available? And then I believe it was 3 weeks ago, I made the max shipping guide, because a lot of people have been asking about back shipping. And I'm like, why not have something explaining it in more detail, break it down, show pictures and screenshots of how you need to have your screen set up for your show, and give you an understanding of why you do such things. And I feel like it is really helpful. But any feedback on those, just let me know. Yep. Okay, I talked about giveaways, talked about the Facebook group, my shipping guides. Does anybody have questions? That's what I'm here for. Jim really likes it. Tell him he got a bonus from me. He got a bonus from me. Would I do max shipping if I was only selling glass? Probably not. Would I do a max shipping show if I was only selling brass? Probably not, but I did the other day by accident, and it was okay. It was okay. I didn't have to pay too much out of pocket, but typically I wouldn't, just because it's heavier. Yeah, pottery is like kind of scary because you don't want a lot of pottery all together in one box, or if you do, you got to be creative with some of that stuff because it is very heavy and temperamental, kind of like crocks and stoneware and all the things, or even chalkware, like that's chalkware. Or art, I wouldn't necessarily want to do a lot of art in a show that I'm offering max shipping, because a lot of that I don't even want to be in another box of something else, just because art is very temperamental in its size and you don't want it to damage. You guys know, just if you're going to do like smalls, if you're going to do linens, if you're going to do a variety of things and not super big things all the time, I think overall it will be fine on a max shipping show. And if somebody were to buy 20 of your 100 items and it all goes in one box, you can probably separate it out. You probably have enough cushion in there that you can unbundle it and make it work for proper shipping if you do offer it that way. But I wouldn't just do a single show of massive big things, like 10 pieces of art and big heavy pieces of brass and all the things, and then try to do max shipping. You're going to kill yourself in your profit margins. I got 3 large crock jugs the other day. I cannot decide if I'm going to part with them or not. How big are they? I love crocks. They're really pretty, but they are very temperamental to ship. Welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. I forgot to start a flash sale on these. Snap. I need to sell my training cards, so I'm gonna put those in there. And I have my bingo cards in there in case anybody wants to rewatch this show. A couple gallons. Oh, those are good sizes. That's your problem. You want to keep everything. I have stuff that sits here and I'm like, I really like it. It hasn't sold. Maybe I should keep it. And then the next day at a show, I put it in there and it sells. So I guess that's the answer. I don't keep it. I don't need to keep it. That's all right. You guys, I'm going to be in community raid in under 2 hours. And this gorgeous flag that you see behind me is going to be running for $1. Did a show with flat rate max shipping. Flat rate max shipping. Yes. I can typically do those with receive feedback that the flat rate caused some of your lightweight items or small to be 921 and didn't want to type. I wonder why it made it 921. It shouldn't have. Was your weight like 4 to 7 ounces or something? Because I do linen shows and it's like, hankies and doilies and stuff like that. And I typically run those like 1 to 3 ounces because they are really light. And I do back shipping and then I throw in some heavy blankets and stuff like that. And no one's ever told me that it's charging 921. I just picked that up from the thrift store. Can you believe that? It has a few little chips. So I'm like debating on if I want to fix the paint or repaint it. But it's chalkware. It's chalkware. Bird Theory, I would check your weights, but it shouldn't have been charging 921. So it makes me wonder if the weights were wrong or if it was glitching that day. But you could do a bundle if that happens. But then sometimes, in my opinion, when you bundle things, people don't bid as high on a bundle unless everybody really wants every single piece. Because sometimes someone only wants like one thing out of the bundle. So they don't really want to pay that much because the others are just going to get donated or given to someone. But yeah, I love that piece. I just found it. It's so good. So good. So pretty. I missed a question. How does it work when you take your shows, sold goods to the post office? Where and when do you pay more if need be? New to selling. Um, Woman of Valor, let's say, okay, I'll give you this example. This flag that's right behind me. Okay. I'm going to run it tonight. It's going to be max shipping, 921 in that show. I put it in as 5 pounds. This is massive. This is 32 inches long by 17 and a half, and it's solid wood. I'll tell you, I didn't put it on a scale, but I know it weighs at least 8 pounds. Okay. So I already know I'm going to be paying shipping on this to get it to my customer. Me and Patrick made this. It's really pretty. It's solid wood. So if it ends up being like 8 pounds or 10 pounds or whatever it is, once I get it bubble wrapped, the overage on the weight, I will actually put in the box dimensions for this and the weight into Whatnot. And it will probably tell me you owe $4.76 to ship this. And they will take the money immediately out of my earnings, my commissions, my earnings is probably the proper word. Basically, the money I made during the show. So let's say if this sells for $50 or $80 or $100, they'll just take it out of my money after commissions and percentages and stuff like that, and it will pay for the shipping. But that's basically how it works. And I will just, finish taping it up, put the receipt in there, the packing slip. That's what it's called, packing slip. Tape it up, and I'll take it to the post office after I print the label, and off it goes. But you don't have to pay anything to the post office. Now, if you mess up on the label, they can charge it back to Whatnot, and Whatnot can take it back to you if it really is all really bad. But I haven't had that happen. I was wondering if it was with Whatnot. Yeah, you make the adjustments to Whatnot, and then once you click generate label, they generate it based on what you entered in there. the box size and the weight and everything like that. Now, if you ship it in a priority box, you don't have to enter the box sizes because that's already within the 12 by 12 by 12 dimensions. But if it goes beyond, which this one might because of its size, then that I would actually put that in because that this one's 32 by 17 and a, let's just say 18 by 32 by, I don't know, it'll probably be like 4 inches deep once it's packed. So I might be bordering the dimensions. So, but it'll be fine. I'm already anticipating some additional costs for shipping for that. But it's just something to consider whenever you are shipping something. Now, if you go to sell something this massive, you don't have to eat the shipping. You can actually do a custom profile. Whenever you go and list the item, you can choose custom profile on the shipping profile, and you can put in your box dimensions for this and make it ship alone if you want to. But I don't want to do that for today's show. I'm just going to let it go. I will just cover the little extra dollars. It'll be fine. It'll be good. It'll be all good. That's what we do. Yep. It's fine. I don't want to charge anybody any additional. I know it's big. I know it's heavy, but I'd rather just let the swipes happen and it'll be all good after that. If you guys like hanging out with me and want to catch any of my future streams, you can click the alert bell at the item at the bottom of the screen. And every time I go live, I do pin it. So if you're interested, definitely click that alert bell so you can get reminders when I am live. Unless you have max shipping on, it's still going to cost. If I have max shipping turned on and I do a custom profile and it's a single ship item for this, and then your customer ends up buying this after, this is going to be taken out of your commissions because they already paid for one label. And that's what you told what not to do is only charge your customer one label. And the moment they buy something else, there'll be a second label. So that will automatically come out of your commissions. So that's why I typically say don't do a single ship item on a max shipping show. You can just handle it on the back end and you can control your shipping. Because sometimes if they buy, let's say they bought this flag and then they bought this, I can ship those together. See what I'm saying? But if they bought that and they bought this and they bought this, then most likely these will be unbundled in their own little box and then they'll buy the flag. The flag will be in its own box. So it really just depends. But I would say don't have a custom shipping profile where you're only shipping one in a max shipping show just because of that reason. But you can adjust it on the back end. Yep. Yeah, I forgot. One of the paintings was custom. You ran a max shipping show and had to pay 15. Yes. Yes, bird theory. See, that's what sucks. I learned that the hard way. So in my max shipping guide, I explain that. Like, make sure if you put anything in your bin that is max shipping, you have to remember that. It got me too. And I was like, what the heck happened here? And then I realized, oh, that was the custom profile. It's fine. It was a painting. It was going to go by itself anyways, but it's just like, wham, I didn't think about that. But it is something to consider. If you're going to do like a lot of minis or something, that is something to consider. Hey, Christy, welcome in. I listened to your show a little bit before I went live. I'm glad I was able to watch. The difference between max 921 and 921 for £1 restart charge. I think I just need to start entering your items and see. Yeah, just woman of valor. If you become a seller, you won't be able to offer max shipping 921 for a period of time. There's a reason Whatnot is doing that. They want you to get used to selling on the app and just the basic functions before you're able to offer max shipping. It is a new thing that they're doing. And honestly, I fully agree and support their decision on that because you can put yourself in the hole so fast. I just spilled my drink all over me. You can put yourself in the hole so fast if you mess up your shipping. Okay. I had a friend of mine that started on here. She put herself in the hole negative $400 because of shipping. And that was back when I started. And she was not offering max shipping, by the way, but she still put herself in the hole for that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And Whatnot had her, what do they call it? Whatnot backed her for a period of time. What do you call that? I don't know. They were like supporting her, getting people to come to her streams or whatever. I can't remember what it's called. But, anyways, they had her back on that. But they had to do like a big old training process on helping her fix her shipping. So, yeah, kind of a promotion, but it was like for a month, which they do that with certain sellers. But yeah, I would say just do the regular. If you're a brand new seller, keep everything as Whatnot gives you as priority 1 to 5 pounds, and then over ground, use over 5 pounds, you use ground, and that is the default setting, and just leave it as that, and you will be fine as long as you weigh your items. Let's see. Hey, Wicked One, Nora, how are you? Good to see you, friend. Are you back on the app selling again since we are in another month? Can you explain flat rate shipping to me? I never used it. I don't know how. What if the items don't fit? Like, I'd like to know more, so maybe you can use. Yeah, Christy, I need to talk to you about that. I mean, you're fine, but I don't want you to get in trouble. I just called you out, but it's fine. It's fine. My post office doesn't say nothing. But I got a box from you. I got a box from you, and it was a flat rate box, and it did not have a flat rate label. And I think I talked about it last Monday because I just opened the box and I went to show them, this is what a flat rate label looks like. And I looked at it, I was like, wait a minute. That just has weight on it. It didn't say flat rate. And I covered up your name or whatever. But yeah. So if you're doing flat rate shipping, my lady told me you could use the boxes for priority because flat rate is priority. You still have to say that it's priority, that which flat rate box you have to use. But hey, if your post office lets it fly, then it is what it is. My post office doesn't say nothing because I ship so many boxes. They don't care. When I did max shipping or to reduce shipping become so popular on the vintage side, you just can't do it. I understand, Nana Stacy. I don't offer it on every single show. And honestly, I accidentally did flat rate on or max shipping 921 on my brass show. And I didn't know until after the fact. So I did eat some shipping. It's fine because it was my mistake because I typically don't offer it on those shows. But a lot of people only had like one purchase, which was weird. I had like two that had four purchases, and one of them I had to actually unbundle. So it really wasn't horrible. It was fine. I just had to pay a little bit extra here and there, but overall it was fine. Now, if you want to offer max shipping, which is basically flat rate without you saying that it's going to be flat rate, you can do flat rate 1 to 5 pounds and flat rate over 5 pounds. And that will basically cover your customer up to 70 pounds of items. Now, if it doesn't fit in the box, one, you can toggle off flat rate and put it in a regular box, which will then put it in a ground. But then the difference between the 921 and whatever weight that box is, you're going to have to pay because, again, it's not in a flat rate box, which is basically 921 max shipping. You can unbundle it, which then you'll just have to pay another label fee, and then maybe you can use an adjustment for the separate box. So basically, Christy, what you're asking is going to be max shipping if you offer flat rate boxes. Okay, I'm missing questions. You just meant the flat rate setting. Does that answer your question, Christy? If not, yell at me. I don't do it either. The only way you can at minis or smalls. Yeah, Rusty Patina, I get it. The only time that I typically offer max shipping is linen shows, which those are relatively small. And I limit hey Michelle, how are you? I limit how many quilts and blankets that I offer in one of those shows just because quilts and blankets and Afghans and all those things, they weigh a ton. They weigh a ton. And if you're offering max shipping in those shows, and several people buy all of those blankets, that's going to add up and you're going to definitely be paying out of pocket. Because I can tell you, you're not fitting a quilt in a flat shipping flat rate box. You did review shipping on a regular show for the first time Saturday, and there's definitely a learning curve. Yes, yes, ma'am. That's why I have a max shipping guide, Michelle. I wouldn't offer it all the time. Now, I'm okay with offering it and limiting how many blankets I have because I don't pick up a ton of blankets anyways. But doing max shipping on linen shows, mini shows, I even offered it on a salt and pepper show where I sold like 150 salt and pepper shakers. I think I only had to get separate boxes for 2 or 3 customers, which was fine because they spent a ton of money on that show. I was fine with that in the grand scheme of things. Um, and you also got to plan your shows as well. Whenever I did Vintage Wars, which now I'm going to be doing Estate Sale Wars with Michelle Steele, she's running that train. Whenever I do that show, I'm going to make sure I don't use my adjustments when I don't use my adjustments at the beginning of the week. So I will go back. I don't use my adjustments at the beginning of the week. So I have from Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to get what I can boxed up in those adjustments. And then I'll hold off on a few that I need for Sunday when it resets. So I'll technically have 10 adjustments to mess with. And it usually helps where I'm not eating so much shipping. And I think I only paid like $66 max shipping on Vintage Wars back then. When do you know when you need to unbundle and order? Wanda, it just depends on what you're selling. Typically, I unbundle an order if I don't feel comfortable with certain items going in one box. Like I did a milk glass show and a customer bought 55 pounds of items and of course not put all of those in one box. There is no way I'm putting 55 pounds of glass into one box when they're all different shapes and sizes. So I got all my big boxes and I fit them in all I could and then marked which box had what in it and then I unbundled it that way, so where I could pack it safely to my customer. Now, sometimes if it's art, if it's really delicate pieces, I want to unbundle it away from other things because I don't want to put like heavy brass and pottery in the same box, especially when there's other things going in the mix. That's just asking for problems. So you just kind of, need to consider what would be the best decision for your customer. Which, you shipped that package to me. You had glass, you had metal, and pottery and all the things all in one box. You did really, really good. But sometimes if your customer buys like 10 things and it's pottery and metal and all the things, sometimes you got to split it up just for the safety of said item so it gets to them safely. Because that's my worst nightmare is pottery and then like a piece of metal and clanging against each other and it breaking. So it's just a judgment call. I can't really tell you when and where because I tell you, I have customers that give me challenges sometimes. Ask shooting from the hip how I challenged her one time with shipping. And I didn't think about it. I typically try to think about what I'm buying and not making it a nightmare for my seller because shipping can be you're like, how the hell am I packing this shit together? Literally, you are thinking this as a seller. You're like, there is no freaking way these two things can go together. It's just like, it's kind of like this flag that I'm going to be selling in a little bit and then putting this in the same box. Like, how is that happening? I mean, I'm sure it could happen, but literally, you're asking for this to break. And yes, I know I keep grabbing that, but it's like a head scratcher sometimes. That's why all your art is single ship after that. Yes. I stuck cardboard in between your pieces to prevent them from hitting each other. Yes, you can do that too. But if you're talking about like 10 pieces and, they paid a lot of shipping, sometimes you can just put it in another box. Like I'll take an adjustment if they bought a bunch just to keep things separated from each other. But it really just depends. If I can get it in one box, I totally will. I totally will. I put some bookends together with a piece of wood of Florentine. And you guys know Florentine is very thin wood and delicate. And I put them next to bookends, but I know it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, but sometimes I wouldn't risk it. Anyways, there's a challenge. So Michelle, if you guys all saw Michelle Stills in here, I don't know if she's still in here, but you guys, she's been on the app longer than me, and there she is. She does not typically offer max shipping ever. So the fact that she just told me she offered it on Saturday and she has to do some learning curves on it, that goes to tell you you can be successful on the app without offering max shipping. Yes, I was shocked. I was like, are you serious? How did I miss that? What was I doing Saturday? Oh, I was sourcing. I was sourcing because I found out I was in estate sale wars. I've been freaking out. Oh my gosh, stuff's got to go. Oh my gosh, do you still have the two fairy lamps, by the way? If so, put them aside for me. I got to go get them. I'm like reaching out to all my friends and I'm like, I need this. I need that. You do. Put them aside for me. I'm going to come get them. I need them. Yay, sales. You guys, stuff's gotta go. I sometimes do lives there, scam shows, and I source from there because they have good stuff. I love it. So thank you. Yeah, I'll call you. I don't know when I'll be able to make it. Maybe Thursday. I think I think Thursday, but I'll give you a call. I would think that you would have to price it to where you feel comfortable making a profit, especially if it does not get up. Yes, if stuff does not get bid up, then yes, you would definitely need to price your items accordingly, which I still do that in shows, especially raid trains where I don't know how things are going with shows. Then I definitely, look at, okay, I may have, did I buy this for $5 or $3 or whatever like that? I need to at least double it to make sure that I'm making money. So if I pay 3 for this, then I'm going to sell it for 6. And even when I'm out in the wild and I'm doing a shop with me show, I am doubling it and I'm showing them, okay, you guys, it has a $3 sticker, so it's going to run for $6 and it's running now. And it can get bet up from there, but at least I'm guaranteed that I'm going to be making money and covering my fees and, all my expenses in the process. You have to unload. Oh, you have a good day shooting from the hip. I'll be live in a little while again. I have my community raid selling my flag. You guys, I don't know if I showed you guys the other flags that he made. It's so good. That one's made out of reclaimed wood, and then this one's made out of pine wood. This is the one I'm selling tonight. But I love those. Um, I'm so excited. You guys bookmark my community raid show. If you guys are not familiar, I believe Michelle is on it too. It's going to be so much fun. But by doubling it, you're really not doubling the profit, are you? Technically not, but sometimes it does get bid up. Sometimes it does get bid up and it balances out in the end. Yes. It's your first time on Community Raid. I know a lot of people has been asking to get on Community Raid and they haven't been able to get in. So I think I'm going to tell Mike that I'm going to step out for a little bit so other people can hop in. Because I've been on it. So many. You sold a B box? Snap. I'm still looking for B boxes. I cannot find them around here. I found the first one and it was a marriage. But I haven't found any others. I'm still looking. I'm literally on the hunt. Like looking for everything. I told my stuff's gotta go. It's that box that I bought from you at the store. It was the one that had the black top and the blue bottom. I got it from your store. You're the only place that I found that had a bee box. Has little honeybees on it. Yes, that's a bee box. You're hunting for feet. Oh, your footed items. Yes. Yeah, Michelle, are you joining my feet show? The only feet raid train? I love that. It's so funny. Everybody's teasing me, but everywhere I look now, I am seeing feet. Oh, you're trying not to source. But all you have to do is look for feet or just take a picture of somebody's toes, not yours, somebody's toes and post them. And I bet you could sell them. You can say, oh, these are my toes from yesterday. Anyways, yeah, sourcing is a hot mess. Does anybody have questions? Anyone have questions at all? Let me know. Um, You just got a pedicure. Oh my gosh. You are not joking, are you? I just picked up something with feet. Oh, this. It's an ashtray. I thought that was cute. So that's going to go in my only feet tray. Well, that was fun. So I'm still looking. I would like to, but I didn't get a ticket. And also, I don't know what day it is. And you know what? I am in Texas. So it's like I could have got a ticket and went, but I didn't even get the email or nothing about it. So I'm kind of bummed. I would love to go and meet people. It's the 25th. I don't know if I'm doing any. Oh, wait. I have a wedding to go to that weekend. Is it Sunday, Saturday? I got to look at my calendar. I don't remember. I'm writing that down. I know you said you're going. April, Austin. Okay. I'm writing that down. Wedding is the 18th. Thank you, Patrick. Apparently, there's a summit in Austin. Your mom would be gone on the 23rd. Main event is on Saturday, but there's other events outside of that you don't need tickets for. I need the info on all of that. That would be so fun to meet other whatnotters. And then I can go sourcing down there. Of course, probably everybody would be buying everything around that area. Everything's expensive. But that would be really fun. I'll have to look and see. See if I can make it. Everybody's quiet. Oh, Journey Through Time. Welcome in. I just saw you comment. Hello. I'm gonna try to find an estate sale on Friday to go to. I'm sure you can find something. Yes, ask a question. Yes, we love questions here. That's why I'm here. I try to come on for at least an hour and chat with everybody and answer any questions anyone has. So that's why I do this, because I screwed up so many times on this app that I'd rather be here and answer questions for other people so they don't screw up as bad as I do. Because, hey, I learned stuff the hard way. So, yep. I'm really excited. I'm trying to get all the things together. I have so much to do this month. I'm really excited. What's your question, Journey Through Time? I'm sure you're still typing it. I'm just getting antsy. Anyone that is just joining in, I have my trading cards that are on flash sale. I have my max shipping guide in the bin and my shipping guide also in the bin. If anyone is interested in those, I just left the bottom one pinned at the bottom. Oh, my brother tried to solder what I thought was brass, those ornate frames that are made in Italy that we all say is brass. They really are not brass. One of them broke. And I asked him, I was like, can you fix it so at least I can still have it and enjoy it, because they weren't cheap since the customer didn't want it after it broke, obviously. And then he went to solder it and it wouldn't stay together. So it just kept falling apart and melting because it actually was just pot metal that's colored in brass and not really true brass. So I don't know if soldering brass makes it have discoloration. I'm not really sure. But if it discolors, I wonder if you could use Brasso. Maybe. I'm looking forward to all the unique footed items people bring. I know it's going to be fun. It's going to be in June, so we still have time to. I have a huge brass easel. I dropped and broke the foot off. Oh no. Yeah, I tried to JB weld it and it was too far gone after the soldering attempt on that one. So sadly that one's no good, but I kept the bubble glass and I'm looking for a replacement frame to pop the bubble glass into, so at least that part's not wasted, but the frame just went bye. It It was too far gone. But now I know, but I really thought that was brass when it initially broke. But you don't know until after you put some heat to it. So you may try Journey Through Time. What you could do is see if you can solder it together. If it discolors it, you could be one of those people that paint the brass. I hate to say it, but you can always paint it and then kind of like wipe it back so it highlights some of the areas and maybe you'll just blend it. That's my only idea. And yes, there is people that paint brass, you guys. Um, yeah, I would just try paint, if it does. Yeah, I know, because I don't really want to say paint brass, but if it's discolored and it looks bad, then that would be the way to save it. You never heard of people painting brass? I can't think of who it was, but they posted a reel of how they stripped paint off of brass. And it was still like halfway sticking and it was kind of chippy. And they were like, should I leave it as the chippy because it kind of looks cool, or should I keep trying to get it off? And they were just really annoyed that somebody painted brass. But yes, that does happen. It does happen. I guess you could spray paint it, but I would just rub and buff. You would have to do the whole piece to get it to blend properly with rub and buff because some brass is so patinaed. I don't even have one. I don't know. I mean, like if it's shiny like this, it would be okay. But if it's patina, then you might have to like blend it, with the rest of it. But yeah, rub and buff's a good idea. Rub and buff's a good idea. I was just gonna say, like chalk paint. Because chalk paint, you can like rub it back and bring out all the details. But I actually like rub and buff idea better. You're so smart. You're so smart. Yes, that's a good idea. Yeah, I have like all the gold rub and buffs to try to save stuff sometimes. Because sometimes you just need to touch up a little spot because it looks weird. Just to make it look blended and back to how it should be. Because it has like a scratch or something on it. Sometimes they will do that. Not all the time. Okay, guys, what I'm going to do, let's see. If y'all have any other questions, let me know. I'm going to try to open my iPad and figure out where the raid is and see if we can figure out who we can raid into. But if you have any questions, definitely ask. And my iPad's not working. That's fun. Let's see. Oh, the Found Phoenix. Okay. Loctite super glue are your go-to. Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm sure Mark will fix it up for her and then she can just touch it up. So, Tammy, I hope you got some good ideas. There's brilliance in this room right now, and we never knew it. We didn't know it. Everybody's so smart and clever on fixing things and getting them to look good again. At least save it when it's still has potential, but it doesn't need to be in the trash. Yeah, text me if you need more ideas. Hopefully it's fixable. He can fix it. He can fix it. If solder will not work, then glue it. Just tell him don't solder it too long in case it's not truly brass. So it doesn't like melt and distort it. Okay, guys, I'm going to hop off. I'm going to raid over to the Found Phoenix. I believe that's who is on. If I can catch them in time. Oh, snap. It just changed on me. The Found. And I will be on again at 7 selling my pretty flag. So I will see you guys soon. Bye, friends.